Hello everyone, welcome to SNDev, and in today's video we'll build an ML model for predicting waiter tips. Okay, so this is the dataset we have, around 1017 entries. We have total bills, tip, and the size of our family, which sex, smoker, day, time, and guest. Okay, so let's build the model now. So we have imported that CSV file in here. So let's run the first cell. So in the first cell we'll import our libraries. So does as pd, we'll be needing numpy as np, as plt, then import we don't need this, so import plotly dot space as px, and we'll import plotly dot graph objects as go. Okay, we'll run this. Yeah, and in next cell we'll import our dataset, right? So data would be pd dot read underscore csv. Our dataset name is tips data dot csv. Then we'll print the first 5 rows just to show the dataset. All right, now I'll cross this. Okay, so we have total bill, tip, size, gender, smoker, date, time, and guest. Okay, now we'll plot some analysis, right? So first we should see the differences of total bill as respect to tips, size, and day. Okay, so for that we'll plot this graph px dot, we'll plot this scatter plot. Data frame would be my data. In x I'll keep total bill, right? And in y I'll, let's say, keep tip, and in size I'll give size, and in color I'll give day. Okay, and I need to print and trend line. So okay, and then I'll simply need to call this function. So figure dot show, and you'd see this print. So as per that, so total bill is varying with respect to tip and day. This. Okay, now let's do some other plots. So now we can change this day to x, and you see some plot like this. Then for the last we can print something with respect to time. And yeah, so just some basic analysis part of scatter plot. Now let us plot some pie plot. Okay, so for that figure would be, I have to call pie function. So figure dot pie, here I'll simply pass my data, and in values I'll pass tip, then in names I'll pass day, and the whole need to be in 0.5. Okay, then figure dot show. here. So the tips amount is varying with respect to the 7 days of the week. Okay, now I can also, let's print with some other plot. So we have tips. Now let's say tip with respect to 6. Okay, we have this one. Then if we print tips with respect to smoker, we'll get this. Okay, so analysis part is done. Now let's pre-process our data, because as you can see that in our data we have this 1 2 3 4 column with string values. We need to encode that into integer values. So let's do that. For that, I'll simply map these values into 0 1 2 3 in these digits. So what I'll do, I'll simply write data of 6, data of 6. I'll simply map that with for female I'll keep it 0, and for male I'll keep it 1. Okay, now I'll copy this. I'll map some other columns. So this time I'll be doing it with smoker, and here I have no, right? No, and yes. Okay, now another one is day here, then in mapping time we have 7 days. So let's say start from Saturday, Sunday, then we have Thursday at 2, then we have, no sorry, not Thursday, Monday, we have Tuesday at 3, Wednesday at 4, then Thursday at 5, and at last Friday at 6. Done. Okay, then the last one would be the time. Let's change the time. So time in here, time here. We have 2 timing. One is lunch for 0, dinner for 1. Okay, then let's print change data. So let's run this, and you'd see my string columns have been changed into those numbers. Now it's time to train the model. So first I'll take those columns that I want to use as my feature variables. So for that, in X I'll keep that as, I want to keep total bill. I want to keep smoker, keep day, and last I want to keep time, and also size. Okay, and in Y I want to keep data for tip. Right, let's run this. Okay, now I need to import some sklearn packages for my regression training. So sklearn dot model selection, I'll import 10 test split. Okay, then I'll simply divide my dataset into training and testing sets. So X train, X test, Y train, Y test, train test split, pass my x variable, y, test size I wanna keep at how much, 0.2. Then random state is normally 40. Okay, let's run this. Done. Now for the model, from scale learn dot linear model, we need to import linear regression. Okay, then you simply need to call the function linear regression. Then we'll simply fit our train variables, train dataset into this. So xtrain and ytrain. Now let's run this. Done. So my model has been trained. Now it's time to predict. Right. So for predicting, let's keep some test values. So features np dot array. Let's say I wanna keep total bill. Okay. So total bill I wanna give, let's say 25. Then for sex 1, for smoker 0, for day I wanna keep 0, means Sunday. For time I'll give it lunch, and for size 4. Okay, then simply model dot predict. Here need to pass the features, and you see it has giving you an predicted value of tips. Okay, and for your understanding better, let me first a minute. So here the first I have is total bill, then I have sex, then I have smoker, then I have day, then I have time, then I have size. Okay, so this is the input format I am using here. So it's done. And another way, of course, I can do it. I simply, this is to predicting my test set, right? So y that would be model dot predict. I can simply pass my x test and y. And this is my predicted value as respect to my test set. Okay, now for your reusability, you can simply export this model as a Pickle format. So for that I'll import Pickle file. Let's run this. Okay, then you need a file name. I'll name it as waiter underscore tips.pickle. Okay, then with open file name and wb simply as file, I'll dump it for model and file. Okay, so this one will be a comma. Let's run this. So yeah, I have got my Pickle file for this respective model. Okay, so thanks for watching, and in the next video I'll